my name is Nur Ayu Izzati binti A Hamzah. My matric number is 100308, and this is my individual reflection for subject KMK2273, which is cognition and learning. Through this course, I've learned more than just fact. I've gained tools that truly help me improve how I learn. So in this video, I'm going to share what learning means to me, how it relates to cognitive processes, and how key concepts, especially metacognition, and have changed the way I approach the study. So let's move. For me, learning means more than just memorizing things for an exam. It's about understanding something deeply, being able to explain it to others or apply it in real life. When something finally clicks, when I go, oh, I get it now, that's real learning. That's the moment when I feel like the knowledge is truly mine. And this course made me realize that learning is a process and it's not just about the outcome or the grades. So for the learning and cognition, KMK2273 taught me that learning doesn't happen on its own. It relies on different cognitive processes, which is cognition includes attention, perception, memory, and thinking. These are the mental tools our brain uses to take information, process, and store it. For an example, when I learn something new, I need to pay attention first and then think about what it means and finally store it in memory. So that's how cognition supports real learning. For the how they work together, I never used to think about how attention, thinking, and memory actually work together. But now I see how important each one is, which is attention helps me to stay focused, thinking helps me to understand and make it connection, while memory stores the information so I can recall it later. And if I'm distracted or not thinking actively, the whole process breaks down, and so now I try to make sure all three are working together when I study. So let's move to K concept, which is metacognition. One of the most meaningful concepts I learned in this course is metacognition, which is it means thinking about how you think and learn. It's being aware of what's going on in your mind while you're learning. Metacognition involves 3 stages, which is planning before, monitoring during, and reflecting after the learning process. This idea completely changed how I study right now. How I use metacognition now. So before I studying, I now take a moment to ask what do I already know about this topic and what's my goal for today. While I'm studying, I stop and check, do I actually understand this or I am just reading it? And after I finish, if I reflect that what worked well today, what didn't. These small habits help me to focus better and avoid wasting my time for every day. So for the cognitive load theory, another thing is that really helped me was learning about cognitive load theory. It explained that our brain can only handle a certain amount of information at once. If we try to learn too much, too fast, we got overwhelmed. So now I break topics into smaller chunks, take breaks and review in parts instead of cramming everything. It actually makes learning feel lighter and more effective. And how this course changed me. Before KMK2273, I didn't think much about how I study. I just did what I always did, mostly reading or highlighting. Now I use metacognitive strategies to plan my study session, stay away during them, and reflect after. So I'm more confident in my learning. I spend less time doing things that don't work, and I feel more in control of my progresses in my study. Moving forward, it definitely continue using metacognition in my studies. I also think these skills go beyond university. In the future, whether I'm working in a team, learning something new, or doing research, I use what I've learned here to stay reflective and adaptable. It's not just about being a better student, but about being a more thoughtful learner overall. So KMK2273 didn't just teach me theory, it taught me how to learn better by understanding cognition and applying strategies like metacognition and managing cognitive load. I've become a more independent and effective learner. So that's all for me. Thank you for listening to my reflection. I hope it encouraged you to think more deeply about how you learn too.